All right, thank you for stopping in again at 9 World Chronicles, and today I'm going to talk about Tjenenet, also known as the goddess of brewing and childbirth. I'm not sure if those things should be connected, but they are. Now, she is a lesser-known Kemetic deity associated obviously with brewing, childbirth, and protection during labor. Her name is linked to the act of fermentation and nurturing, highlighting her role in the cycles of both sustenance and birth. Though not as prominent as some other Kemetic deities, her influence extended into sacred rituals, particularly involving the preparation of beer and ensuring safe deliveries. She is often regarded as the guardian of mothers and children, protecting them against harm during childbirth. And she was closely associated with Renenutet, the serpent goddess of fertility and nutrition, and sometimes depicted alongside her as maternal deities who work together. Now, she is known primarily for presiding over life and fertility as the goddess of childbirth, and she ensured a safe transition for the mother and the child, and her nurturing influence was invoked in rituals to protect infants and mothers. Now, in terms of brewing and fermentation, she embodied the fermentation process, specifically the brewing of beer, which was central to ancient Kemetic culture. Beer was not just a staple drink, but also had ritual and religious significance. In terms of protection and nutrition, she was a goddess that safeguarded both the physical and spiritual well-beings during critical stages of life, particularly childbirth and early childhood. So, very important deity for child rearing. Now, her symbols and iconography included the beer jar or the brewing pot, which was a symbol of her associated with brewing, representing fermentation and sustenance. She is occasionally depicted with the sistrum as one of her symbols, linking her to Hathor and joyful rituals. The headdress of the uraeus or the vulture was also something that she wore, which suggested a connection to divine motherhood and thus the protection of it. Now, in her mythological stories, she was seen as an aspect or counterpart of Renenutet, who was associated herself with fertility, grain, and nourishment. Both goddesses safeguarded life and sustained the community. And for her association with Hathor, she's seen as a goddess of childbirth and feminine power. She shared some overlap with Hathor, who is the Great Mother, and Hathor's role in providing joy and protection often extended into childbirth rituals, where Tjenetet's influence was also evoked. Now, beer in mythology was an offering to the gods and played a crucial role in many festivals, particularly those honoring Hathor and Sekhmet, and Tjenenet's connection to brewing positioned her as a custodian of life-saving sustenance. Her cultural influence was very strong, as beer was so crucial in this early time, one of our first really designed drinks. This was used in religious rituals and funerary practices, and blessings of her were invoked during the brewing process to ensure purity and potency. Her role in safeguarding childbirth linked her to the emotional well-being of mothers, making her an integral part of ancient Kemetic maternal rites. And beer festivals, often linked to Hathor or Sekhmet, indirectly paid homage to Tjenenet, whose presence assured the abundance of the fermented offerings. In modern times, her legacy persists as a symbol of brewing and fertility, reflecting humanity's deep connection between nourishment, transformation, and the cycle of life. And although she was a lesser-known figure in popular discourse, her role underscores the sacred nature of childbirth and the transformative power of fermented substances. Now, if you have more that you want to add to this, please do so in the comment section. And as always, if you enjoyed this short piece of mythology, be sure to hit that like and subscribe.